So our shop's rollback looked really good in the Craigslist ad, but of course you get to it and look inside, and the interior was actually quite nasty. They had painted the outside of the truck what appears to be a John Deere yellow, but left the inside much to be desired. I believe the truck was originally white with a red interior. When they converted the outside, they at least painted the inside of the doors, but left a lot of the other interior lacking. Also, at one point, this tow truck had two antennas on the roof, which when they painted it, they decided just to stick some cork in the holes and paint over that. So the cab itself was very rusty, headliner was moldy and fallen down. Definitely not a nice interior. So right now we decided we're not going to replace the cab yet. We're looking for a replacement just because of how much rust is there. But we at least decided to make it a little more tolerable in the meantime. And some of the parts we used here, of course, will be used in a new cab. So headliner, I went ahead and got whatever the new cab will be. I'll run that headliner you saw on the hood of the truck. It allows for more gauges or CB radio, lots of options with it. But a lot of the other parts I just painted. So decided to go with the John Deere yellow, continue that inside, and then kind of a tan to brown type color for everything else. So door panels were a little broken up, but we still just painted over them. There's nothing to lose there. They'll get replaced at some point. Dash for some reason was painted black, but of course we, like Ford fashion, painted that yellow also. So of course initially there's a lot to tear out. So the painted components, I mean, are just rattle canned. It's nothing fancy. I mean, brown for a lot of the, like the dash pad, visors, door panels, that's just your vinyl and plastic type paint. Of course, to use a solvent to clean, and actually makes the plastic very sticky and provides some pretty good results that wear decent. This is not a high-end job by any means. In fact, funny part is I was going to just put a saddle blanket over this seat, and I was kind of instructed to no, just do a new seat cover. So we have a new headliner in this, a new seat cover. Oh, and we did get a new shift knob. Got a yellow one that actually shows somewhat the correct pattern. It doesn't show L for first gear like typically would back then, but the original was so worn through you couldn't even see the lines of where you would be shifting. You can see we taped off most of the interior rather than tear everything out, which would be the right way to do it, but still did a okay job stripping it. Rattle canned the inside. Had a few warm days this winter to get that part done, and kind of started reassembling the floorboard. We actually just took aluminum tape to the back side of a couple of the holes and then bed linered over that, and then eventually did a we kind of sprayed over it, but I got a brand new vinyl floor to finish off that. Just it didn't look quite right with the partially painted bed liner. So, and this truck was also originally an automatic transmission, so I still have the automatic steering column. Someone converted it to a 460 and 4-speed, which is a nice combo for it, but still makes the interior a little rough with steering column not being correct for what you're running. Other upgrades in the interior, I had an old 7-inch touchscreen that fits a single DIN hole. Originally used in a Duster until I actually put a true double din in it. But it also gave me a backup camera, so that was a nice upgrade. I wasn't looking for a nice stereo in here, but the backup camera is a really good option with a 17-foot bed. Also allows me to use the parking lines to kind of line up where the bed will be when it folds out. It also kind of rebuilt the little control panel for the rollback bed. It still has a EH on it for Holmes, so the original manufacturer of the bed. So I went ahead and got some kind of error correct toggles and lights to get that all functioning again. Plus that holds our PTO controller, which is cable driven. So you can kind of see from each little video, it's kind of each step in the process. A lot of times I was trying to keep the truck where it was still drivable, just in case I needed to use it for the shop, or at least where it wouldn't take me too much effort. Did bit by bit. You can see the new vinyl seat. This is a work truck, so I wasn't worried about comfort of having cloth and carpet. This is a vinyl seat, vinyl floor. So you can see the dash pad. I actually got that painted brown. Put a little wood trim back in. Well, as I replace things, it'll have wood trim where appropriate for this era. And the end result is much nicer truck to drive. Plus just got rid of some of the old smells. There's still a lot of components that are rough in here, but this was a fairly low budget job. The big expenses were vinyl floor was probably $160 with whatever the shipping was on it. Seat cover was I think around $200, and that headliner was around $200. Other than that, quite a few rattle cans of paint, so probably $100 or better in paint. And of course, shift knob, can't forget that. That was all of $40 for a custom shift knob, which is pretty cool. That's by Twisted Z Shifters, I think. And thanks for watching.